Hi everybody, this is David Schneider.
This is Timothy Wong, and we're here to show you our game, Syncopation.
Syncopation is a unique music-based game centered around interacting rhythms. You have only two buttons, absorb and attack. In this video, you can see the buttons being pressed in the top right corner of the screen.
At the game's core, enemies fire energy attacks at you, which you, the bouncing blob on the left, must absorb by hitting the correct rhythm on the absorb button. These rhythms tend to match the music, although some sections are partially random for variety. The rhythm is dictated by the attack's color. Green is on beat, blue is off beat, red is a double tap, and the occasional white attack requires you to not press anything at all.
Hitting absorb unmusically will simply turn your blob black, unable to absorb any bullets. Getting hit by attacks causes you to lose energy, while successfully absorbing them will restore some of that energy. Enemies, if left unchecked, will also physically run into you. This cannot be absorbed, so you need to kill the enemies before they can ram into you.
You have a few attacks at your disposal. These are fired by hitting the associated rhythm on the attack key, and can be done on both the on and off beats. Attacking while absorbing often requires a fair bit of syncopation. Homing attacks are easy to do and always hit, but are weak. Energy ball attacks are strong and barrel through enemies, but can be hard to aim. Damaged enemies will flash to the beat. Attacks also require energy to perform, requiring you to balance attacking and absorbing. The border of the screen turns red as your energy level drops. Take too much damage, and your blob will explode. There are multiple difficulty levels adjusting the enemy health, spawn and firing rates, energy costs, and so on. It also controls the timing windows that dictate whether you are tapping on rhythm or not. Syncopation features an original soundtrack and audio effects. Its audio engine is latency aware so that graphics and certain sound effects are precisely on beat. Game music can change tempo and beat divisions dynamically.
There are several graphical elements that stylize the gameplay. The player and enemies are rendered using a custom, physically based, multi-threaded blob engine. Each blob is simulated using a surface mesh of points connected by springs. Static and dynamic forces and fields can be applied to the blob to give it its shape or to deform it. In particular, enemies have random static forces applied to them, and the title text itself is made entirely out of blobs. Blobs explode by having their springs cut randomly along planes. Additionally, blobs physically interact with both the stage and the player, which is particularly visible when ramming into an enemy. The player blob also uses sphere mapping to reflect its surroundings in real time.
We have a custom GPU-based billboarding particle engine, which is used for all attacks. Energy ball attacks generate lightning that attaches to nearby enemies, and the cluster particle attacks react to the beat of the music. The energy ball also performs post-processing on the scene, warping its immediate surroundings as it flies by.
The background of the stage is a spectrogram visualization of the music, rendered as both a texture and as a height-mapped terrain. The current point in the music is displayed where the player is.
That's the basics of Syncopation. Thanks for watching.